Trojans Live is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casino, a proud partner of USC football. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Max Brown, and Keely Orr joins us now. We'll have a couple roundtable conversations as part of our final weekday spring show here for Trojans Live. Again, we will be on a 2-hour episode, technically Trojan Tailgate show for that first hour, technically Trojans Live for the second, but you can catch it all on YouTube. Keely, you'll be a part of it on Saturday on the field, checking it out. What are you guys looking forward to? What do you have your eye on for Saturday?
It's crazy because my answer wants to be everything. There's kind of the main points of quarterback competition going on, an entire new defense, new scheme. What does that look like? The one thing I definitely want to look at is based off of Lincoln Riley's comments off of his Saturday press conference that he just had. He said the level of execution that we're having right now looks like we're not just 12 practices in. So I want to see, does that translate when you bring it to the Coliseum in front of fans? What does that look like? So definitely want to look at the defense, obviously.
Defense for sure. I mean, they're only going to do so much scheme, and there's not going to be a ton of blitzes or anything like that. But I'm hoping that we at least get a feel for the new guys and a little bit of a feel for the scheme for what that identity is going to be. Because I think, and Sean will be able to speak to this more so, but I think the difference of having two gap defensive linemen that are much more, we're going to go right through you rather than the slanting and whatnot. I think in the fall, fans are really going to notice it. Curious to see if we notice it in the spring. And then, like Keely said, I think the quarterback competition, specifically with Jaden Maeva, because I think we know what to expect with Miller. At least I feel like I know generally what we're getting. But is this one of those things where we're looking at each other and, hey, we got a real on competition in the fall? Or is it more so, hey, this is Miller's to lose? Or I remember the Jackson Dart spring game year where all my buddies were coming back being like, who's this number 2 guy? And you got you felt that coming out of the spring game. I think there's a world where maybe that's the case with Jaden as well. So intrigued to see how Saturday goes.
Yeah, I'll be watching the defense. I think, we can, for Lincoln's perspective, we've seen it for a little bit. We can kind of know what they're going to do. But I think defensively, you want to see how they operate, who they're kind of starting to trust in, and who are the guys they kind of are leaning towards, and those kind of things. You want to see if they, I think the operation is really important in spring because sometimes, you start installing stuff. I don't know how heavy they're getting into that stuff, but you want to see that it operates correctly, who's getting it in, how they getting it in, is everyone getting the message, and those kind of things are important, I think, in spring to learn that kind of stuff. And then who are those guys, like I said, they're going to trust in, and they're starting to be like, all right, I can start, maybe not filling out a depth chart, but kind of, all right, this is here, maybe this is here, this looks good. I like seeing those 4 down linemen in spring, in the first practice. I like that. So just a couple things just to watch out.
Yeah, Keely talks about execution. You're talking about operation, and I think that comes back to Jaden Maeva and the quarterback competition, right? Because you'd think the leg up that Miller Moss would have is his experience in this system, but it does sound like Maeva has a lot of great physical tools, so his ability to do those other things will really sort of stake his claim or not, probably in that quarterback competition.
Yeah, it's an important game. I mean, obviously for quarterbacks, you're just kind of, you can single them out. I think that's why a lot of quarterback play will be followed here, because you can just kind of single them out there.
To watch.
It's easy to watch, like as opposed to watching like an offensive line. Like I gotta maybe watch it a couple times, maybe replay it, see who's going where. You can single out the quarterback. Did he make the throw? Did he not? What was the read? So those things are a lot easier to watch.
I also think it's the intangible component too. Like, we're saying goodbye to one of the best college football quarterbacks we've seen in recent memory. And so there's a whole new just aura around the program and the team. And this could very well be Miller Moss's team. I mean, there's guys that we've had on this interview set that, they talk in that type of way. Or if Jaden goes out there and balls and shows that, hey, he's got a high upside, then maybe that's not the dynamic. And every team's going to be different, but those are the types of things that you can feel out in spring ball.
I think in general, an underrated storyline is just how kind of new this offense will look as well. We obviously talk about the defense, but quarterback competition, Jonah Monheim now at center. The running back room, we'll have him on later today. Woody Marks is kind of the veteran in the room, but Amarion Peterson, Quentin Joyner, we haven't seen much from them really. And then wide receivers, we saw kind of a breakout game in the Holiday Bowl, but we really don't know who's going to be 1 through 4, who we're going to see. They've talked about maybe even going into the portal, getting more depth for wide receivers. So overall, it's kind of a new look offense as well to a certain degree.
A nice segue because Anthony Jones Jr., your new running backs coach, has just walked in the door, so we will get to him next. Don't wait until game time to plan for retirement. Open your free iTrust Capital account today and get your crypto IRA. iTrust Capital is the official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans, and fight on Trojans and fly on with ONT. Ontario International Airport is a proud sponsor of our USC Trojans. Visit SoCalSoEasy.com to book your journey through ONT today. Keely will come back and join us for another segment in a little bit, but as promised, your new running backs coach is next on Trojans Live. Is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casino, a proud partner of USC football. And your women's spotlight is brought to you by Sprouts Farmers Market, open 7 days a week. Visit your neighborhood Sprouts for good-for-you groceries and great prices on the freshest produce. A lot going on for the women of Troy right now, but a big one to point you to is on Friday. USC women's tennis will take on UCLA here on campus, 1:30. And a win for the women of Troy will get them a conference championship. So good luck to Allison Swain and her team as they head towards postseason. But they're having a huge year, so get on out to campus and take in some tennis. Our over-under is presented by Pechanga Resort Casino, proud partner of USC Athletics. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Max Brown, and Keely, you're back with us, guys. This is like one of those count the jelly beans over-unders here. You ready? Over-under 140 days until kickoff. This is a trivia question.
Oh,
Okay.
math.
All right, so we got like, what, 4.5 months?
April.
When do the Olympics start?
August.
Okay.
I'm saying under.
Under.
We're no week 0 this year. August.
We're actually playing
Wake.
on a Sunday to start the season.
Oh.
Oh wait, I'm gonna say over. I'm going over.
That's
I'm
going
going
to
over.
change it? That's Saturday, Sunday changes it.
One day.
I'm going over. No week 0 game. August has 31 days. I'm going over.
I went under already.
Over.
It's under, guys. It was just
Come on. What's the
What was
a
it?
trick,
What
and
was
it was 1 day. It's 139 days until kickoff.
Wow.
So it matters that we're playing on a Sunday show.
But did you do that goofy thing? Like, did you count today? Like, or is
I did
today?
that goofy thing where I put it in Google and I said, how many
there you
days
go.
until September 1st?
Thanks for putting a lot
139.
of work in that question. Thanks for that.
Just working hard for you guys here. Give me a player that you're looking forward to seeing on Saturday.
Kamari Ramsey,
Yeah,
obviously.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always one dude that has all the hype, not all the hype, most the hype coming out of spring, and you're like, all right, he's going to be an impact player. Feels like he's the dude. I'm looking at the QB though, Jaden. I want to see him in a USC uniform. See what he's got.
Yeah, I heard Coach last week Coach Entz was talking about how they're going to use Eric Gentry, and I was such a unique kind of player. How do they put him in the defense? How do they put him out there?
I think that's an interesting point too, is we've talked so much about the new guys. You know, you're always excited about guys you haven't seen, but when you bring in new coaches, it's how they use some of the guys that you have seen. It's interesting too, right? Like Bear's role will change. Mason Cobb, Eric Gentry, these guys we've seen, their roles might change. All right, that has been Trojans Live. Again, we will start at 11 o'clock on Saturday. Thank you to Drew DeHart, Rick Cutler, the folks back at KBC, and everyone here. For Keely, Max, Sean, I'm Jordan. Fight on, everybody.